First up on today's Kent special, I'm catching up with Marco, who runs Pierluigis in Beckenham. Marco, thank you for coming on PCTV and thank you for inviting us to your beautiful restaurant in Beckenham, Pierluigis. How are you?
You're welcome, I'm great. Really well, thank you.
How's life been since lockdown's been lifted for you?
It's been good. It's been good. To be honest with you, it's been a bit unexpected, the way things have gone. Yeah, I mean, no, everyone was a bit unsure when we closed down. Obviously, we went into the lockdown period. It was a lot longer than I thought. You know, I was thinking it was 3-4 weeks. Obviously, we're going to be open and this, that, and the other. Lasted for about just over 3 months.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, since we've reopened, it's been fantastic. I mean, I closed for 6 weeks.
Okay.
No, I think I closed for 5 weeks. I reopened on week 6. Which was for takeaways and deliveries. You know, it's something that I never really done before. I've done a collection service at the restaurant, but I never thought about deliveries or anything because at the time, obviously, the restaurant we've been quite busy.
Yeah.
So so we started I went on use the usual platforms to come and collect in that. Started off with a bang on the takeaways.
And did it go well? Was it
fantastic?
Really?
There were some really good weeks. You know, it was. I incorporated a lot in it. I started just with the food collection service, takeaways and deliveries, and I incorporated a sort of like a cocktail and aperitif. I was trying the dining experience that I offer here. I was sort of trying to offer people to have at home, if you're with me, which includes obviously you've got cocktails, you've got aperitifs, like the full dining experience. To your doorstep. And that's when we had the food, we had the cocktails, we had the aperitifs, and like I say, there was some amazing weeks, some fantastic weeks, and it kept me afloat.
What I love about this place is when you think of Pierluigis, you think of Marco.
Yeah.
That's a testament to you, really, because your personality, when people come here, they come to see you. And they come here for the good food and the good service. You must feel very proud.
Yeah. I mean, it's a passion of mine. It's a passion of mine. You know, it was open. The restaurant was obviously opened by my father 27 years ago. So, it's you grow up in the business. You know, I started from a young age. You know, you get to, I'm 29 now, but I was already responsibility from a very young age.
Yeah.
And it evolves a lot as well. It evolves a lot. You've got customers still coming here who obviously see me, grow up from a young age. You obviously know dad and know the family. But like every business, it evolves. You got new generations coming in. You got new ideas. You have, it's pushing on and it's pushing on. And the way it's going at the moment, like I say, since when we opened from lockdown, has been amazing. Has been absolutely amazing.
I've seen on Instagram how busy it's been.
Everyone keeps saying that.
I know, but
social media is so big nowadays, isn't it?
I mean, what a platform, though, isn't it, for marketing?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Because it makes me, every time I see those videos, it makes me want to be here.
Yes.
Everyone looks like they're having a great time. They're smiling. There's a little bit of music in the background.
Always, yeah.
It's a shame, really, that you don't have a bigger space, because you would fill it, wouldn't you?
I think the way things are going, yeah. I think if I had 2 floors, we would still fill it. You know, it's. I think you say the social media. I think that's a big part of it. During that lockdown period, I think the social media was so important for the takeaways and the deliveries. I mean, I've never worked so hard. I mean, I've got a marketing team that does it for me.
Right.
But I've never been so much on the social media. To be right for the takeaway service, and I think that during that lockdown period, that sort of it was a great build up for them when we opened, and on the 4th of July when we did open, like I say, it's like to be honest with you, like a new chapter, a complete new chapter, and I'm talking the business, in a sense, like it's pushing on. You get a lot more people now who in the restaurant business, they want to, as a customer I'm talking about, they want to stay on.
Yeah.
They don't want to leave, in a restaurant game, sometimes you can finish 11:30, 12. I mean, I'm getting out of the house 3 in the morning.
Really?
At the moment.
Wow.
Which is good.
Yeah.
But I think it's changed a lot. Whether that's to do with the clubs not opening and the bars not opening, I don't know. But I know people now, they want to come in, whenever they want to come in, and they want to spend their whole evening in a restaurant, in a bar restaurant, and have that evening instead of maybe going on afterwards to see whatever plans they got. Which is a benefit for me, in my opinion.
As a relatively new restaurant owner, but you could never imagine in a million years you'd have a pandemic like we've had right now. I mean, what a challenge.
I don't know, it didn't feel real. I'll be honest with you, it felt like it's like you're watching something on Netflix. You're watching a movie, aren't you? You're watching an absolute movie. You just, it didn't seem real. I mean, people spoke about it before a couple of weeks ago that think someone mentioned to me, look, they're looking to lock down restaurants and bars, and you still don't believe it.
Yeah.
And then, like I say, they locked me down on the busiest weekend, which would have been the busiest weekend, one of the busiest weekends of the year, which is obviously Mother's Day weekend.
Right.
So you have that, that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, being Mother's Day is normally the busiest day of the year. And it just come as a bit of a shock. But even then, I thought, we're looking around 3 weeks, 4 weeks maximum. And I started to plan already. We've got Easter coming up.
Yeah.
And before you know it, I lost Mother's Day. You lose Easter weekend, which is the whole bank holiday weekend. You lose the 2 bank holidays in May. You're losing, a lot of private function and parties I would have had in that period. So as a business owner, you are a little bit, you're always positive. You are always positive, but you are a little bit worried. You think, Jesus, what's going on? Which is then when I thought that I've got to do something. Let me start by moving, which was the takeaways, and I put a lot into it. So you just try and do everything you can to survive. That business took a hit, but from a positive point of view, what can I sort of achieve from that? And I've done everything I could.
How much have you learned personally as a human being during this time?
I've learnt that there's a lot more to your business than you think. There's a lot more that you can build just off one business than people think. Because obviously, in my eyes, the last couple of years, obviously as a restaurant owner, you're always thinking, right, when's the next one? When's the next concept? You want to grow the business? Well, you want to try and grow the name as well. But during this lockdown period, it just gave me so many ideas of how to increase this business here, this one business here. And it just, like I say, it's like I've opened, if not one, another 2 businesses in the space of 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like, which for me is only a positive, because then it shows me that then, I could, before I open the other one, which obviously the aim is to grow the business, but to focus on this one here and try and, try and incorporate every idea I have into this main business, and see how much you can go with just the one.
So what's the plans for Pierluigis? I've always wondered why there's not a number 2.
Yeah, a lot of people they say that. A lot of people said, why haven't you opened another one yet? And I think there's been occasions I've come close to a lot of new concepts, a lot of new places, some in the country, some out of the country as well, which they fell through last minute. I don't know, everything for me is about time. It's about timing. It's got to be, the concept's got to be right, the location needs to be right, everything's got to feel right for me to then, because this one is so, having the one, when you're trying to perfect it literally day in, day out, it literally takes up your life. I'm here, I close on Monday, but I'm here 7 days a week. You're non-stop. I mean, the lockdown period had me thinking a lot. I was torn between the 2. I was torn between, because obviously now there's going to be a lot of restaurants that are closing. Yeah. Yeah. So there was torn between the 2. Do you start looking at another? Now's a good time to buy. People think,
of course,
it could be a good time to buy.
100%. Yeah.
But at the same time, I thought about that avenue. Then I thought obviously the avenue of what can I now incorporate in this business here to grow, which is what I've done. There will be a number 2. There will be a number 2, hopefully very soon. Mm-hmm. But like I say, at the moment, the way things are going here, like I said to you before, like I mentioned before, it's like I've opened, if not 1, 2 restaurants in a space of 3 or 4 months. So timing for me is obviously key. Yeah. So it was a couple of years ago, I was actually very close to opening in Dubai. It was 2018. Yeah. Which I come very, very close to. Which it actually sort of fell through the last minute, which is a shame. Something I would like to do one day, that's for sure. Definitely something, try and do a concept over there. But like I say, for me, it's timing, timing, location, because like you say, people come here obviously to see you here. Mm-hmm. Now, in my head, me opening another business, Marco needs to be, I need to be in obviously in the business that I open. Yeah. There's not 2 of me. There's not 2 of me. You can create obviously a different system or how it goes, but that's another thing which stays in my mind as well. The way things are going here and the way this keeps going up and up and up. For me then to open another one now, to go somewhere else, get a new concept going. This business here, it will always have an established name, but I need to dedicate obviously on my second concept. So we'll see. There's a lot of things going on up here at the moment, but I hope to say next year there could be something new. I hope. That's the aim anyways. That's
well, fingers crossed for you.
Fingers crossed, exactly, yeah.
Marco, do you love what you do?
Yeah, I do. I do. I got a passion for what I do. Yeah, I must say, like I said, there's a lot of stress in any business that comes with it, but I think there's a lot of passion in what I do, which keeps you going. You know, like I say, the hours are long. You're here 7 days a week. Your whole life. I mean, my whole life is this business. Is my business. So I think there is a huge amount of passion. I don't think I would do it because you know the stress levels are so high. I don't think I would be in this business. I wouldn't be in it if I didn't have the passion. You know, the passion, it gets you through a lot of tired days, a lot of stressful nights. That passion there just manages to keep you going forward. So yeah, no, I do. A great passion for what I do.
A lot of people that watch Posh Company TV are not from Kent or Beckenham.
Okay.
So why would they come to Pierluigis? Tell me, if I was standing outside the restaurant right now, why should I come in?
It's I don't like you've got to come in to sort of understand that sort of questions, you know. And I always say to people, they always like to say, so what's your restaurant about? What do you provide? This, that, and the other. And I like you to come in. You know, I like to come in. I like to be here. I want to personally look after you myself. Right. Any new customer that I see come in, or any regulars, for me, whether you're coming as a new person or you're coming in as a regular who's been coming here 20, 25 years, I always like to give you the personal touch when you come in. You know, which if that's you know the greet at the door, the accommodate to the table, you know, the aperitif order, whatever it is, looking after you, explaining my specials, making sure whoever's looking, you know, whatever, you know, waiters you got looking after you, making sure everything is done properly. But for me, it's hard. It's sort of hard for me to explain. I always say to people, look, you need to come in to understand, to feel, you know, what there is here, because there is a sort of atmosphere and ambience that I sort of can't explain to you. You need to feel it. You know, I said to you before, you still got authenticness. You know, we've been here 27 years. You still got authenticness with a modern touch. But you need to come in. You need to feel the dining experience. You need to feel the service. The details for me, you know, I thrive on details. I always say to people, you know, whoever you've got coming in, staff-wise or whatever, and for me, details is what makes a difference. You know, details, the attention to detail to whatever you're doing, whether it's service, the food, the meet and greet. That detail there for me can obviously distinguish, you know, a normal restaurant, a good restaurant, to a great restaurant.
Would you say you're a perfectionist?
Very so much, which is sometimes too much. Right. You know, sometimes too much, because you try and perfect sometimes things that might not want to be, that don't need to be perfected. You know, they're okay just to be good. You know, sometimes you spend a lot of time trying to perfect something so small, which then can obviously jeopardize, you know, you're losing time on other things. Yeah. So from a certain point, I am a perfectionist, sometimes a bit too much. You know, sometimes a bit too much. But it's a good thing. Of course. I think it's a good thing in this business here. You have to be perfect in whatever I do, whether it's from the kitchen, you know, the service, the meet and greet, just sitting you down to a table, just making sure you're comfortable, even having a coffee, like we're having a coffee on this table. I want to make sure that, you know, you've got a great coffee. You've got a good coffee. It's important to me. It's important.
Well, look, Marco, we've been friends for a number of years, and I love seeing the success you have, and fantastic. Well done with everything you're doing here at Pierluigis. I'll bring the team down here soon. I'll bring the wife here soon. Thank you. And keep up the good work. And thanks for coming on PCTV.
Pleasure.
Cheers, mate.
Very nice to see you again.
See you soon. Bye.